Welcome in March 23rd, Sunday Outlook. If you haven't been to one of these before, we are going to immediately get into reviewing my trades for March. How's my progress been for March? Most people won't even show you this. This is transparently all of the trades I have personally taken on live stream with like 500 plus people watching me every day. So there's no way for me to fib any of these details. Everybody in chat has taken these with me. We're going to go through, look at my progress. We're going to look at what I need to optimize for next week. And then I'm going to tell you guys what my bias is for Nasdaq going into March 24th to, I think it's March 28th. So the last week 4 of March is coming up. This is your last week, right? Get to the 10R goal a month. That's always your return that you're looking for a month. 10R, 20%, 10R, 20%. That is exactly what we need. So I have the chat up. We are streaming this on WAP today instead of Discord, so slightly different. I'm going to assume half our audience is not going to be able to join because of the maybe the confusion in how to get in here. But nonetheless, we have to do it. We have to test this theory to see how it goes. So it is very different. So the stream will be different. It's going to look different. The way that you watch it's different. You probably have to watch it on an application. If it goes really bad, if this new streaming method goes really bad, we will inevitably go and use this on Discord instead. So we'll go use Discord completely instead. So most likely that's what's going to end up happening here. Let's get right into March and my progress. The first thing I want to ask you guys, obviously my progress is very audible. How are you guys doing in March so far? Are we killing it? Are we funded? Are we getting payouts? Did you blow your accounts? Where are we at? Most of you should be quite well on your way to either past your combine or you have a nice fat payout coming if you quite literally just copied. Now, we got to figure out where we're at on this right now. Building your 2K buffer, perfect. That's for the payout. If you're not funded yet or if you're having difficulty on your week, you have to ask yourself why. Why are you having difficulty? The next thing you have to look at is your journal. Your journal is going to tell you exactly what you're doing wrong. Are you having multiple losses in a row? Are you trading incoherently with a model that you're specifically supposed to trade only? Are you FOMOing into trades, selling early because you're scared and then getting back in because it was going the right way instead? You need to figure out what is going on in your model. Of course, for me, I'll show you guys on screen now. Fantastic month. I mean, picture perfect again, month after month after month. I consistently show you in a real environment that it's possible. 75% win rate with 9.9R. So I'm at my goal, right? I can stop trading right now. I don't have to trade this entire week, and I've hit my goal for the month already with a week to spare. Now, I'm going to continue trading, but I want to show you guys how easy it is to get to this point. Almost funded, nice. Good to hear. Got funded again on Thursday. Alejandro Garcia to payouts next. Tab said I'm funded 4 times, and he only got 9 combines, but secured 2 more funded accounts. I love to see it. Only stream trades. That's what I'm talking about. Like, if you just, as much as I hate to say people just to copy me, if you are having trouble getting funded, please just copy me. Like, if you've bought 30 fundeds and you failed each combine, I give you the green pass to just copy me consistently on stream because I'll get you funded. I will guarantee I can get you funded. I have proven it 7 months in a row already with our data. Now, the idea isn't to have you trade off me forever, because if you try to show your friend hey, my trading's been going so well, I would love to show you, and then I don't live stream that day, you're like, wait, I gotta wait for Playboy to stream. It looks a little weird, and it actually shows a whole point of urgency on the dependency that you have of me, which I don't want. The goal here is to get you independent of me. That's why I stream in front of you and trade in front of you, so you learn everything. You do not use a bot to trade on multiple accounts. Most Apex, Top Step, MFF are going to all allow you to copy trade internally. If you want to copy trade across brokers, you'll need Replicanto, $299. All right, I need to check inside the Discord to see if people are having problems right now. Let's see. Oh, it's the lifetime guys. Lifetime guys have to use this. 1 second. I got to update my boys. Lifetime guys, you have to use this link. There's one specific for you. Because you guys technically aren't a premium member. Yeah, don't repay. Don't repay. Do I trade across multiple accounts on Apex? No. All right, so we are immediately going to talk about Nasdaq. After Nasdaq, we're going to talk about commodities. After commodities, we're going to get right into crypto, some of your guys' favorite. Question in chat. What was my bias the past 2 weeks? I've had a bias the past 2 weeks. What has my bias been? It's quite obvious from the... I mean, I shouldn't show you this chart, but it should be quite obvious from the chart right now as well. I think we all know where I expect price to go, and we are waiting for price to get there. It's up. I mean, I've been saying it consistently. I think price is going up, and I don't just think this because of a hunch or you know, some sort of gut feeling. This is, I can show you the technicals behind why price is more likely to go up. I said this in the week of March 10th, and then I said this for FOMC week, and guess what happened on FOMC? A rocket ship up. So completely on par with the directional bias we need. However, we're not there yet, right? We're not at the up part that I've been referencing. We took shorts on Friday, actually longs on Friday, shorts on Thursday. We've just been playing around with this auction block gap that's at about 20,000. So the psychological number right at 20K. Price isn't able to get past it. We have a bearish imbalance right here on the daily. All we have to do is get past this, and then I can guarantee you, even if we look at the VPVR right here, let's see if I can pull it up. Where is my VPVR? Here we go. Watch this. We don't usually use this, but it's great to reference. We'll go for 40. And then we'll go for... I think we need 2,000 here. Very good. VPVR, almost never use this. However, Robbie does, and he has over $10 million in his portfolio for a reason. One thing I want you to note, a lot of the volume from last week is specifically at these lows. This is our point of control right now. 19,790. We took longs on Friday. I can prove it here. 21st of March, long trade, 2R. We are now, buyers are confirmed to be in control at this level, and you can see this massive inefficiency of volume right here, which means there will be a very easy time trading through this level when we get past the daily gap. Once that happens, all of our targets for the past 2 weeks will hit, which means equal highs will hit, order block, fair value gap, unicorn setup will hit. All of these will hit, and then we will slide into the weekly high, and we will have to form a new bias after that. That's it. I mean, that's exactly what you need to see. VPVR has complete confluence with us right now. Oh, I already had one on the screen too. Look at that. Perfect. Not only that, but if we go to the daily time frame, we can see that the final, right, this is the final boss of fair value gaps, final boss of auction blocks, final boss of imbalances, whatever you want to repackage it and name it as, it's here. And we tested it, and we are delivering from it now. If you have tested and delivered from a gap, or you're delivering from an auction, what has to happen, right? Someone in chat answer this. If you're delivering from a fair value gap, what must happen next? What has to happen after you deliver? Has to do with liquidity. You have to raid liquidity at some point, right? Guess what? The liquidity we are looking to raid is at two different levels right here. First level is the daily gap at 20,285. And then the one we've been talking about, the holy grail of liquidity, is at equal highs. So we've delivered, which means we've tested and traded within the auction imbalance at the daily fair value gap I just showed you. We have now pressed away from this, right? This has been 2 weeks away. We've tested it twice in the same week, which is March 10th and 13th of March. Instantly away, displaced the highs, which means we are likely to continue this reversal to the upside until, right? It's a reversal until. A reversal until the equal highs are hit, and then the order block fair value gap plus weekly, and then we completely come back together on Sunday and we talk about, okay, we believe that now that the market is changing, blase, we'll have to wait for the weeks of data that even populate until then. Yes, it was difficult getting it a WAP. I can see your guys' comments right now, but nonetheless, I am forcing you to use it, so stick with it. At a minimum, you're... Like I say, like if you want to copy me, you gotta be on WAP to copy me now. You know, this will be 5 days of testing, Monday through Friday. It's really not all that bad. So Let's go through all my trades for this week. I only had 4 trades this week. How many trades did you guys have? Do not embarrass me by saying you had like 30 trades or something. How many trades are we averaging this week? I have 4. You don't have to trade every day. I trade like once a day average. Three, look at this. I mean, beautiful. You guys are barely trading, which is great. You don't need to trade every single day. Here's our trade from March 17th, right? Delivery from high time frame auction block, inversion, of course, unicorn failure, breaker block, move down low, stops to entry. We took a nice, I think this was 1.7R from March 17th. Great trade. Then we had on March 20th, 2 trades. 2 trades, March 20th. A Nasdaq short and a gold long. I shorted Nasdaq and I took a long position on gold the same exact time. 10 or 15 minutes away from each other. Some people are like, dude, you can't inverse assets like that. Why would you trade and inverse 2 assets? Again, if my model shows, I'm going to trade it. And guess what? I profited on both. So when most people want it, like this is March 20th, by the way. Most people wanted to long March 20th. I saw tons of influencers going long here. Again, there were my liquidity. I proved this on Saturday too. I compared my trades on March 10th through the 17th to a lot of influencers online, and we proved most of my entries were exactly where they were getting stopped out. This is the same exact equation. March 20th, a lot of them were going long. We took shorts. We profited both ways. And then gold, of course, very typical orb. Gold on the 20th of March took almost 5 hours to play out and only for like a half-hour reward. So typical gold shenanigans. It's going to take a while for those to play, but they played nonetheless. And then Friday, of course, here's Friday. Friday, of course, probably the best trade of the week. Instant previous daily low sweep. We had orb confluence. We had inversion after the failed auction block from the M3 ILM setup. And then a great, I think this was 2.1R. So again, can't complain. That's my progress for last week. Great time. That's my progress. Now, I have to warn you guys of things that are coming this week, which is going to make me start the week on the 24th. So let's go through news. Let's start this by going through news. Monday, PMI. Yeah, we're going to get some sort of news here. It's red folder. It's 15 minutes in a market open. 15 minutes into market open, we're going to have red folder news. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I don't think we're going to have like an extreme exaggerated move, but nonetheless, keep that in mind. March 25th, this is Tuesday. Nothing. We have new home sales and consumer confidence. I don't believe that the market's even going to react to this. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, we do have unemployment claims, and then we'll have final GDP report quarter over quarter. And then Friday, obviously we have core PCE, which nothing will happen Friday. Trust me. I know it's red folder. It's an hour before market open. Nothing will happen at all. Okay. We have so much red folder happening in the beginning of the week. The first red folder is generally the most important. So we'll have PMI as the first one. And then obviously we'll slowly move into the rest of the week, which will be past this. Sorry, let me get the date right. 25th, Tuesday. And then the red folder on, I think it's Thursday, won't matter as much. So Monday, high impact. Thursday, lower impact. Friday, zero impact. All right, so let's go into NASDAQ and talk about exactly what we're expecting this week. And it may not surprise a lot of you of what we're going to talk about because it's the same as it was the week before, right? All we're attempting to do is get past and deliver. I think this is past the weekly or hourly gap. Yeah, here it is. This is hourly gap here. This is what we're waiting for. We've seen it on March 17th. We've seen it on March 19th and again on March 20th. 3 different times that we've attempted to get past this gap with no avail yet. The only thing you need to note is now we have weekly setups. I'm going to delete this because we already know that the gap is almost useless and we will pass it this week. Weekly high. These are the TBLs you need. So this is time-based liquidity that's ready for this week. Your weekly high. Weekly low. The previous weekly low won't matter as much, but these weekly highs are equal. So we're going to mark this weekly highs and I'm going to edit up once to equal highs, okay? Here's previous weekly low. Of course, we're going to need this one, but the 1 week before it, which is March 10th, won't matter as much because it's way too low in our trend. Equal highs marked. Now, we have previous daily high and previous daily low. Each of these are going to be important to you. Forget about the day before it. For any of you who trade CRT range theory, of course, you can see that CRT is pushing towards the long bias, and equal highs will be our target Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, especially with red folder news. So let's mark this as our previous daily high. I do not have a preset for it, so I'm just going to type it previous daily high and then previous daily low, which has been swept. So I mean, this is part of range theory here. As much as I don't change it, why can't I capitalize this? There we go. Previous daily low, swept, open, of course, was under this. We opened the candle here, dropped a little over 200 points on Friday, and then moved all the way back up. So full pin bar now, bullish candle. And now we have to go to the 4 hour and find PD rays. I'm going to clean these up. So we have previous daily high here. We know that previous daily low is swept. Weekly low does have equal lows below it as well. Okay, so on the 4 hour, I'm going to pull up the EMA very quickly. I don't think that we actually have much of a confluence with it anymore. It aids, so the H4 200 aids in the idea that as we do come up here, this is where rejections are going to start happening. So a sweep of equal highs and the unicorn setup here in red, right? Inversion plus order block previously. This is where we're going to start having major rejections. H4, I believe, has no set of PD ray on the internal highs. Yeah, so this is the up close candle that ended up taking liquidity, but it was internal trend. So no liquidity was taken here. This means that there is no order block up here of value. No fair value gaps or inversions that I care for. I'm not going to mark out this inversion whatsoever. H1, remove the gap. H1 inversion. H1, here's your first order block. Low, highs taken, right? This is Asia highs taken. This was the short trade we took on the 20th. Now this is looking really good. Let me modify this. We'll move this to the top right so we see it. Up close candle that took liquidity and right before the previous day low was swept. Now, I'm going to mark this and then delete it because I do believe that we're probably going to open Monday futures, which are opening Sunday futures, sorry, probably above this. And the fact that we traded into it and closed into it on Friday leads me to believe that there's no more orders left for us to fill. So I don't believe that this will be useful whatsoever to us. I also don't think that there's any gaps that are useful. We've already closed above this previous gap on the H1. So this gap has been inverted. And obviously with a squint test, I'm not going to use this whatsoever. Move down to the M15. Still no real imbalances that you want to go and write home about. The one that I'm assuming everybody and their mom is going to list out will be this first H15. So Sunday futures has two options. Close into the auction block, which is right here at 19,800. Retest, move to the highs. But again, I am bullish. Like don't get it twisted. I am fully bullish for this week. I think prices are going a lot higher. And I've been saying this for 2 weeks. And for 2 weeks, I've been slightly correct in the idea that we did not drop and we've been appreciating week over week so far. Weekly low and the previous internal highs from Friday are the only points of liquidity to the downside. We have already proven that we've displaced out of this range. We have already taken, not only have we taken the previous daily lows, we've taken the trendline liquidity, which in of itself with displacement is proving that we're not done, right? There's not enough liquidity taken yet for market makers to reverse price. And I believe the tall tail sign will be up here at equal highs in the previous daily high, okay? Keep this in mind for Monday. Monday's going to be important because we do have red folders, so volatility should start immediately. I don't think there's going to be anything on M5, and I believe we're above the EMA bias, which means, there it is. As of Friday, we're above the EMA bias. Thursday, we cleared down. Friday, we cleared back above, so we're starting the week bullish. I mean, it doesn't start any better than this. And you took a look at Friday's candle. Friday's candle took out Thursday and Wednesday's lows. Barely. I think actually took out Thursday as well. So this green candle here took out Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday's lows. I mean, I'm at the point where I can guarantee you price is moving up. Most people don't want to say this stuff, right? I've guaranteed that for how many weeks in a row have I been saying this, right? I can tell you exactly where price is going to go. You just have to find the entry model for it. I give you the entry model for it. I prove that the entry models are profitable over a long period of time using the data sheets we have here. So without further ado, up on the week, Sunday futures may open down into this gap and then back up. If they invert this gap, it doesn't exactly matter to me because you have a unicorn set up towards the lows with a massive BPR. So either one, doesn't matter. Give me the lower one so I can have 2,000 points to the upside here. Anybody have questions on the bias going into the early week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? No questions? There should not have any right now, at least at a minimum. What level would you play it on QQQ? I would just say I wouldn't play it on QQQ. I would just assume that it'd be the same thing. QQQ to 400. Let's call it 478. This is average, right? Because this is average split between here. $2.50 from the lows, which will be up here. That's $2.50 right there. If 478 if price falls. Either way, it's the exact same on Nasdaq. So I'm going to screenshot this and put it in the Discord right now. So if you forget, nonetheless, do not get it twisted. Every week, I will be so transparent, so clear in my bias that you will never question the direction I'm trading each week. I am trading up this week. Now, if we see a beautiful short setup come on Monday, as you know, I will still take it. But the bias is up. Are we expecting a strong orb setup Monday? Let me show you the data, right? I can prove to you what we'll see on that day. I want to post this in the Discord so everybody can look back on it. Okay, someone said, do we expect a strong orb setup Monday? Well, guess what? I can tell you exactly. No one else can do this. Show me other traders who have this much data on their models that can prove to you. Monday is not a good day for my orb. Monday is my worst win rate for orb. I have a 44% win rate and barely 1 R collected. So Monday is going to be an ILM setup. Who can say this? Like, what other traders in this space? And I wish there was more. Trust me, I wish there was more with this heavy of a standard on themselves. I can tell you, oh, my model works better on this day versus this day. It works better on this time of day versus that time of day. So Monday is going to be a Monday ILM. The goal is, if we can get one right after 6:50 a.m. because news is right before that. 6:50 a.m. This is PST. Add 3 hours. So this is 9:50 a.m. macro time. A.m. Monday ILM. Do not trade orb. And then a 6:50 macro time for us to trade. Bada bing, bada boom. Also, I told you we have the EMA bias. 76% win rate when the EMA bias is on our side. I have over 67 R collected in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Everything is pointing to a beautiful, beautiful Monday coming up. Is my data tag somewhere? Yeah. I'll give you guys this right here. Did I just lose you guys? Here you go. Wait, that is a TradingView link. Sorry. Take this instead. That's the data sheet right there. Last one I gave you guys. Can I do a pop out here? All right, maybe I'm back. I'm not sure what just happened. All right, testing. Can you guys hear me? Man, WAP, get your shit together. You're going to make me not use this by the end of the week. Testing. Who can hear me right now? There we go. Oh, there's a delay. It's like a 4 or 5 second delay right now. I see. I see. Okay. Fair enough. It seems longer than 3. Let me check if this is longer than 3-second delay. It's about like 5 seconds. We're gonna have to double it up. The whole goal is to move viewers to WAP, so we'll see how bad it performs on Monday. If the delay's too much, we'll really have no choice. All right. That's NQ for the week. Very, very obvious where price is planning to go. The move to WAP is simply a business opportunity they've given us. So we said, hey, we'll try it. We'll see if we like it. We know it's going to be a lot of friction for our users. So we're transparent with you guys about our moves and why we do things. All right, that's Nasdaq. After Nasdaq, I'm going to go over quickly DXY. So back in January, I told you guys that DXY is going to have its crash. Like, I'm quoting right now in the air, like it's quote unquote crash, which it did. Its first auction block test at 109, and immediately we saw the complete change in structure here. This is your structural shift, MSB, and now we're coming back up. So DXY is undoubtedly bearish. You can't say that it's not. It is in a bearish formation right now. Higher time frames like the weekly do give a bit of an inclination that the dollar should be strong this week. So with that being said, and some of you may say, like, how can you say the dollar is bearish and say it's going to be strong this week? Don't overthink it. Even in bearish markets, prices will have a lot of uptrending moves. Each of these uptrending moves generally destroy traders, right? Generally in downtrending moves, traders don't, I don't know why, but traders don't expect these little bumps in price. This is a healthy downtrend, but traders typically are like, oh, it's bearish, so I should just short anyways, right? It's going to go straight down. Not at all, and that's probably why 99% of traders are absolutely dumpstering their accounts every week and paying prop firms millions of dollars because you don't understand basic order flow in the market. So DXY bullish this week, but all order flow is still bearish. So you'll get your rebound. And personally, I think we'll see a 105 rebound and then back down. So if you're trading commodities, if you're trading Forex, make sure DXY is bullish this week. Reverse your bias that you've had for most of your assets, especially CAD, Euro for the last few weeks. Gold and silver. Gold still at all-time high, closed the week green. I mean, a fresh green close as well. Really not much to go over. Gold is still very bullish. Nothing's changed. Silver, on the other hand, is getting close. I mean, I hope we would test these lows, but nonetheless, we displaced the highs, retesting again on the daily imbalance and then H4 imbalance almost, but H4 EMA nonetheless. So silver, bullish this week. Definitely not as strong as gold right now. Now, the fun part, you guys want me to talk about Bitcoin, right? Let's talk about BTC. BTC finally, evidently took out its trendline liquidity slowly, but the equal highs from this very small range that nobody was paying attention to seem to be too strong for the asset. So the equal highs here, a little too strong. Still in bearish order flow in higher time frames, but there's something you need to understand is we had, and take a look at this. This is very important. We did absolutely, in fact, no one can refute this, had a market structure shift on the day of March, what is this, the 12th of March, and then certainly on 2 days after that on the 14th of March, okay? This means that order flow on these lower time frames is bullish. Plus the multi-time frame confirmation sweep of the previous sell side liquidity. So sell side's rated, market structure has shifted, the gaps are inverting, the equal highs have been taken out, and we have not crashed back down to previous sell side lows. So you're practically palette neutral right now with the idea that the market should move up. And if you guys have been following me, I'll post on the screen right now my exact portfolio denomination. If you're new here, I sold all of the tops in December. I've been bearish on crypto since December. Most people were yelling from the tops of the mountains that this is the altcoin super cycle. All of them ended up being my liquidity again. Here's my current portfolio allocation. 42.5% is still in Tether. 15 BTC, 7% Litecoin Doge. Generally, these aren't heavy denominations in my port, but the setups are stronger than any of the alts in the market. Hyperliquid, Trump, Sui, TRX, Cake, Solana, BNB, and then Link. Link was one of the most recent, with Doge being the heavier of the additional liquidity added to the portfolio. So, that's Bitcoin. That's Nasdaq. That's DXY. There's a few things I want to go over for Bitcoin as well, which is Tether dominance. This chart is going to show you the strength of which Tether is currently in the market compared to the rest of total market cap's relation to Tether's market cap. So all you need to know is if Tether dominance goes up, the market's going down because people are denominating in Tether more than the relative total market cap of all crypto. Now, it's the exact opposite if price moves down on Tether. If price is moving down on Tether, then we know that the market is absolutely leaning bullish. Yes, that's correct. If this chart goes down, it means the rest of crypto should be bullish. And that's exactly what we expect right now, since we've had a nice close on March 19th to the lows. And weekly candle shows that we are looking for sell side all the way down to 4.57. So yes, I am bullish on crypto. A lot of people are very, very bearish in crypto right now, and I wish them luck. It's odd that you're bearish now, but you weren't bearish with me in December. It's odd that I had to be the one to sell Ethereum at $4,000, and I can put the proof on the screen if anyone needs it. I sold ETH at 4,000. You were screaming that ETH 4,000 was the cycle indicator that was going to outperform Bitcoin. Well, it wasn't. You were wrong, and the market went to shit. ETH is down now over 50%. Alts are down 60, 70%, and it seems like the only one that actually won this bull market was myself and my team. Now, again, I urge you to listen to me because not only was I right then, I was right the years prior since 2020. I do think that now we will have not an all-time high run. Again, I'm not saying we're going to have a fucking all-time high run on Bitcoin right here and or alts. It is just time for a move up, which I will trim into. This is exactly what I told you guys on March 2nd. Let's just pull up the data. I don't know how many people in here are new or have not seen me before, but let's pull up the data showing. Even on March 2nd, right, when we had this massive move, everyone thought like, oh, that's the bottom. That's the bottom for Bitcoin, they said. I said, no, no, no. No, no, no. This is where we sell. This is, you sell into this move here. Let's find it. March 2nd, posted in the Discord. Here it is, TLDR from the stream. Also, I'll post a YouTube video. We did a whole YouTube on this. This is it. Sold all of the leverage. I'm taking a screenshot and posting on the screen right now. There it is. Again, I have to brag about these things so you understand my relevance in giving you analysis in the markets. March 2nd, selling majority of Bitcoin leverage longs. If you have them, the risk is too high to keep them running. Rather move them in alts. And guess what? The top. And nonetheless, I gave a full explanation of why. I'll never tell you to do something without actually giving you analysis behind the why that you should do it. You can see this is a TLDR. I do not think this is going to be an all-time high run. I de-risk my Bitcoin positions. I don't think it will be an outperformer. I focus on strong alts, wait for their pumps. And as you can see, my portfolio is denominated along in a lot of the top 25 altcoins. Rinse, repeat, go to something else. It's been only 24 hours since this pump. I'm referencing this one right here. It can die fast. Do not become too excited too fast. Allow yourself in the market room to breathe, analyze the new data, and guess what? Right once again. So I am building, for transparency, I am building positions now. That 40% cash left, which means I am now long bias on my total portfolio. People always ask me, when are we buying ETH? ETH is probably one of the assets that I don't know if I'll be buying this cycle. You know, if there is a next cycle, I don't know if I'm buying ETH. It has been outperforming so long with one of the worst averages against Bitcoin that it pushes me further and further away from ever having this as an allocation of my portfolio. So with that being said, I am not ready to buy ETH. If I was to buy ETH, I need some major like high time frame displacement, which leads me to want to buy ETH around like 2,500, which is like 28% away. I'm not ready to buy ETH. And to be fair, I said I didn't want to buy ETH here in this range. They're like, but it looks like we hit sell side. ETH is down 26% since then. Thank God I didn't buy it. You guys are trying to tell me to buy ETH on March 2nd. ETH is down 18% since then. Thank God I didn't buy it. It's a consistent theme with ETH. It is such a poor performing asset. I don't know if I want it. It's performing worse than Chainlink and Doge, right? This is supposed to be number 2. This is supposed to be at least pairing off of Bitcoin's performance. It's shit. So I don't think I'll be adding it. But if I do, you'll know, and I'll be posting it. Okay, that's ETH. That's Bitcoin. Last thing I need to talk about is dominance. Last thing I wanted is dominance. You guys know the exact level we need. Here it is. I mean, this major block, right? This level right here, which I believe is the daily auction. Yeah, this daily auction block at 60.5%. It has to break. Like, if you want an altcoin run and an altcoin run where alts are running, 100% in mere weeks, this is the level it has to break. Until this breaks, like, good fucking luck. The only alt that actually has ran really hard was, we had it in our portfolio, which was Cake. Cake did something like 73% in 12 days. We owned it during that period. So that was great. But again, most of my other alts didn't move that much during that period. So I urge you to remember that this daily gap has to fail. And if it fails, you can have your altcoin run. Keep that in mind, please, because if you keep buying these alts without understanding that, dominance is still very bullish, you're just going to be very sad that Bitcoin keeps outperforming your entire portfolio, which is, again, if you're a crypto trader, your goal is just to outperform Bitcoin. That's it. All we want to do is outperform Bitcoin. Just like if you're trading futures or you're a long-term trader, just outperform the S&P 500. Because if you can't, you're better off just trading it. And I prove in a single month that you can outperform these assets and indexes if you trade coherently over a very small period of time, right? You only have 30 days. It's not that much time. At max, you're taking what? 8? You have 8 weekends, maybe 1 holiday, 9, maybe 10 averaged up on days you don't trade. Like, that's maybe 20 trading days you have. It's not that much time, right? But you don't need all that time. I prove it because the max trades I take a month. I think my average trades a month right now. Where is it? Average trades a month. Where's my monthly stats? Average number of trades a month, 16.6, under the amount of trading days even available, which means I trade less than a trade a day. You can be profitable not trading every day. I can show you that you can be highly profitable not trading. I can show you that I can outperform 90% of the gurus you see online by not trading every day. And I encourage you to take this to heart because it's something that you need to do yourself. Less is absolutely more. Someone in chat said, why do you think this won't be an all-time high run? I don't think it's going to be an all-time high run because order flow is still bearish on high time frames. That's as simple as it can be. Until order flow changes, then I think an all-time high run can be in the cards. But for me to say an all-time high run is likely, I need to also have confluence to back up that thesis. I don't have a confluence right now to back up the thesis that alts and Bitcoin are willing to run to all-time highs. I don't, so I won't say it, right? Everything I say will have data to back it up. If the daily gap falls, where do you think the target is next? I assume you're referencing Bitcoin dominance, which will be 56%. What is this? The first low was swept by 2 points. Is the first low invalidated or is that considered equal lows? What day is this on Nasdaq? Let me check. So you're referencing this gap right here, I believe. You're referencing the hourly gap? This? No, that's a sweep. That's what that. This is not equal lows. This is 100% a sweep. That's mitigation and reaction there. This isn't an equal low reaction, right? If this was an equal low reaction, we would trade slightly above it and immediately take it. I believe that is a complete sweep. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm not sure how many. I can't even see the correct amount of viewership we have right now. Whatever it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. We have 60 in here. Can anyone see the true value? 66 it says. Okay. 66 of you in here. You've gotten a bias for Nasdaq, for Bitcoin. You've got an analysis for when alts will eventually run. You now know that DXY is going to have its bullish impulse this week, which means bearish on relative other commodities you're trading if in the Forex markets. Okay. Mine says there's 27 people here. So all the numbers for viewership is completely off. But nonetheless, everyone here, do we have any questions? Did we enjoy today's stream? Again, this is it. You're ready for the week ahead now. I have fully prepped you on a Sunday for what's going to happen. Now, if you want to be there every single day I trade, you know where to go. Sign up for the WAP. Nonetheless, I'll see you guys tomorrow, Monday, for New York AM session. We will trade that together. It's time. The week is starting, boys. Get excited. It shows 2 streams. Yeah, WAP is messed up, bro. WAP is messed up. I don't know what they're doing over there. But again, I've hit my goal for March. I'm at 10R now. This is what I say. I want to collect 10R. I say this before the month. I put all of the pressure. I put all of the pressure on myself. I say, I want to collect 10R. If I don't collect 10R, then I'm obviously underperforming what I expected. Now, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to go collect, 100R this month. That's impossible. I can't do that. Set realistic expectations. Look at my guide right here. January, 9R. February, 11. March sitting at 9. September, 18. October, obviously an outlier, 21. November, 8. December, 10. I can actively produce a 20% return every month. But that's my max. I don't want to go over that or under that. I have a goal and I stick to it. I show you. A lot of people say trading's a variable. You're always varying between your performance. Like this month might be good, that month might be bad. I don't think so. I think if you have something sound enough in data, comprehensible over at least 100 trades, I can prove to you that you can have a very modest return every single month. And some people may say man, I see people making 10R in single trades. Yes, but you didn't see the 30 losses they took before it. I encourage you, just like I did on Saturday, if you have somebody in the space, a guru, who has data like this, please share it because I'm having a difficult time finding any educator or coach who has this much transparent data like I do. I really do hope some of you can find someone so we can bring them on board. I would love to have a conversation with them. Maybe we do a live podcast where we talk with them about trading and why data is so important and the poison that's in the space with people saying that. We talked about this on Saturday. Like people say this model's the best. This model's going to help you, I just noticed you guys can't even see my data with my face in the way. Whatever, with my face right here. Right, there's the data right there. Whoops, you guys couldn't even see any of it. Well, there's the data. 9R, 12, whatever. You guys see it. Someone said, how do I correlate 10R to 20%? Every 1R is a 2% risk. So multiply 2 by the R collected. How much do you make monthly from trading? I saw on X, you said 150K per month. So again, let's talk about different portfolios now. What you're looking at right now for this trade log is Nasdaq, right? This is prop firms, and this is a personal account. Generally speaking, 1R is about $750 to $1,000 for me. With you knowing how much my 1R risk is, you can easily multiply that by how much I'm collecting and know how much I make. Now, for crypto, my 1R risk isn't 750. It's almost, 5 to 10 grand sometimes, right? Depending on if I'm in futures market or if I'm swing trading equity, right? So it depends. You have to add all these different R's up on different portfolios. But yes, statistically, back in the $150,000 month I did is not normal, to be fair. But making 150K month was not normal. I did it in November and then in December. But again, if I go look at what Bitcoin did in November, December, it was a great time to trade, right? I'm not here to say that you can make 100K every month. I can't make 100K every month trading. But I show you the transparency, right? This is what happened. This is what happened in November and December. You can probably see why I made 100K plus each month, right? Just straight up. I mean, the whole market was fucking great. So yeah, you can make a lot of money doing it, but I'm also not going to sit here and say I make 100K every month trading. I did, in November, December, but January, I think on crypto, I did like 20 grand, right? Significantly less, but I also was bearish during that period and risking off the whole time and was trading less. So, and I love the question. Please ask these more, right? I'm going to show you the transparency in trading. Like if I have 100K month once, another guru who maybe does the same thing would say that, hey, I make 100K every month from trading, which is, first off, that's a fucking fraudulent lie, right? I've made 100K a few months before, but I absolutely do not do it consistently. 100 will be here tomorrow as well. They'll all be here. Ty, you could buy a Mustang every month off your trading profits. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Probably not off prop firms though. I definitely couldn't buy like I'm not making fucking 80 grand a month off prop firms. Fuck no. I wish. I don't trade that aggressively. You guys look at my stats here. I am not an aggressive trader. Look at this. I made 10R this month. Now, I can make 10R every month though. That's the power. How would you start with 3 MFFU accounts? Go 5 top steps. What would your risk in all the 50K accounts? Depending, I don't know what MFF's maximum loss limit is, but from a 5% ratio on that, I'm assuming you're at 2 to 3 contracts. Micros, 2 to 3 micro contracts. Do I think MFF's a good overall firm? Yeah, I mean, I can only speak from what I've heard. I don't use them. So I think they are, but I don't use them is all I should say. Mustang giveaway every month. All right. Nicola, what are you making every month from prop firms? You want to do the math right now? In March, if we close, let's say we close average up for 10R right here. I don't know if you can see this variable. I'll let you do the math. It's fairly easy because my risk is pretty much static. Times 10 by $750. What do you get? Nicoas. Times 10 by 750. What do you get? Nico, I'm letting you do the math on it. Now, that's per account. And I'm drinking turmeric tea, my boy. So you can see how you can stack profits very fast. Risking $750 a trade, making 10R, 7,500. If you have a fuck ton of accounts, you can make pretty good money. Now, do I expect you to be risking $750 every position? Absolutely not. Build a buffer first. Build a buffer. I think Jaden's at like $1,000 a risk a trade. He's pulled over $200,000 from props in the last few months. All right. Any last questions? I can't even see the total of people in here anymore. I think it's about the same. Anything left? Otherwise, we'll cut the stream here and I'll post it to YouTube. So with a 50K, my risk is typically 200. If I move to 150K, would my new risk be 450 since it's just 0.1, just like 200 is 0.1 of 50K? Yes, well, it depends. So whatever, I don't know what firm you're using, but typically you would double the risk if the maximum loss limit is increased by double. So if maximum loss limit increases by 2, then multiply your risk by 2. Brand of glasses, these are Varnets. Yeah, these are Varnets. Okay, that's the stream. Shout out everyone for going through the loop-de-loops. To hop in with a